All right, how we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, how we doing? It is a good afternoon here on New Year's Day. was a rough one last night up here in Northern California. We had a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and a lot of drama, but we got through it. Some didn't do so well, but we did pretty well, so I'm thankful for that. Happy New Year, everybody. We just now getting through the holidays, and I haven't had a chance to work on this at all for a couple of weeks. But what we've done in the last, what I did do, I think right after I recorded the last episode, I think which was 14, I did end up putting on my knuckles. I had the inner C's on, I think in the last episode, but I didn't have the knuckles on. So we got these on, they're just kind of mocked up in place. I'm waiting on unit bearings. I don't really want to do much else with the front links on here until I get the unit bearings, because I want to be able to bolt up a tire and check for my clearances and the swing, the steering swing on these, because these knuckles steer so much more than say a Dana 60, and I just want to make sure that I have clearance on my lower links. That extra steering, I only want to do it once. The other thing I did do, and I got the other steering pump bracket system from Eric over at Radial Dynamics, and this is the mid mount. They make another one that's a high mount, and I thought, you know, I better go with the mid mount first and check it out and see where it lands and see if it's going to work with upper link placement, which I think it might. I might be able to get by with this. I don't really know. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be somewhere in here, and this is gonna be 2-inch, so it may not work still, but there's only one way to know. So I got that. We'll see if we can make that kind of work after I get the unit bearings. So I'm sort of at a standstill. I don't really have anything I can do until I get the unit bearings. So what I decided to do, and you saw that probably in the beginning of the episode here, I went and got these tires and wheels out of the barn. These are some old red labels. They're the 39 by 1350, and I'm going to use these for mock-up. Interested to see how big of a struggle it was to get that tire up there. It probably looked pretty funny. That sucker is heavy. I don't recommend it. Went ahead and got this on here with a old Super Duty unit bearing that I have that I turned down, and that's just hanging on there. It's not bolted or anything. I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like, and I really think it looks cool. I did do some tube rolling, and I didn't get that on camera, but I think what I'll do is I'll throw a little bit of footage from the last chassis, the Stryker 3, when I did some tube rolling on that. I'll go ahead and throw some footage up in this episode so you can kind of see what that's about and what it looks like. But so I'm going to go ahead and start sort of, now that I have a tire, I have tires up here. I have a spare tire located. I need to do some math and figure out how high that spare tire is and make sure I'm happy with the placement of that spare tire. I think it looks pretty damn cool. I like how low it is. Then I can start messing with this roll tube, these uppers, kind of get them symmetrical and go from there. So the rest of this episode is probably going to be just time-lapse footage of me working on this thing and messing around the rest of the day. No more dialogue. Some of you people don't want dialogue, some of you people do, so the ones that don't, this one's for you. Man, I am having a blast. I don't know what it is, but putting a tire and wheel on here and then adding the rolled tube, just sort of visualizing the way things are gonna kind of look is just adding a whole bunch of fuel to my fire. This is really cool. So I got the shock mounted up in here, as you saw. Having a blast. This is awesome. I gotta go take care of some house chores. I'm not gonna be able to really cut much up or weld anything. I mean, I just want to sit back and just look at this thing, sort of imagine what it's gonna look like as a roller. I could sit here and just think on stuff and contemplate for hours. I've got a few things that I'm sort of contemplating here. I've got plenty of room, like I said before, behind the X-brace and in between the fuel cell. And then right now, as this sits, I've got about 23.5 inches from axle center line to the end of this tube. There'll be a 2-inch tube going across there. This is where the sway bar is going to live. And for the amount of travel that I think I'm going to be able to pull with these big shocks and trailing arms, I think that 23.5 inch number is going to be perfect, because I expect, you know, 22 inches of travel, hopefully. So the location of this tube in relation to the axle center line and distance in here, I think is just about perfect, and everything is sort of in its place and it's not crowded. So anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Try not to put any very much dialogue in it. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling. This is awesome. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Won't be too long. These will be available up on the website. I've got a bunch of them coming from the laser cutter. Mock-up transfer cases should be up on the website soon. All right, see you.